Someone out there, no matter who you are, is going to say, why even use signals and slots? I get that they're baked right into QObject, but there are other ways of doing it. We have the simple diagram of a signal slot, say a light switch to a light bulb. Why even bother with this cute technology? There's already things out there. So an example, you could use a callback in C++. There's other ways of doing it. However, they get very ugly. They get very C++ centric, and what I mean by that is you have to really figure out what's going on under the hood. Some of them are not thread friendly at all or thread safe, and you end up diving very, very deep into pointers, and there's also callables and all these other crazy things. The technology just constantly seems to change and rotate, and there's always a different or a better way of doing it. I don't like messing around with that. I want something that works, something that I know is proven and tested and will stand the test of time, so I don't have to change my code a year from now. That's where signals and slots in Qt really come to shine. And if we scroll down, it's very, very simple. They say, okay, signals, slots, they basically explain everything that we just explained. And you can take a normal class, and you notice how you have these private and public sections here. We're just simply going to add a signal section and then define a signal. Notice how we're defining it, but we're not implementing it. This is never implemented. We're just simply making a definition out there. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I want you to really remember that. Now, a slot, on the other hand, is something that you do actually have to define. So you'll see a public slot, and then you'll have your definition. Notice how it says void set value. When you go down, here is the implementation of that inside the class. It can be as complex or simple as you want, but it's just a function. The only real difference between a normal function and a slot is that you have the function definition under public slots or private slots or protected slots. As long as it's under the slots, it will automatically be converted by mock. And you can still call it like a normal function, but you can also send a signal to it. So when we go down, this is exactly how you do it. It's really that simple. You have two objects. You say QObject connect, and then you connect object 1 to object 2's, and it just goes. So when you emit a signal, the slot is automatically called. And we're going to demonstrate all that in that section. But just know that if you start deviating from this and you try going into the C++ standard way of doing things or another library or framework's way of doing something, you're going to get very confused very fast, and it's just not as straightforward. I often refer to this as the easiest way to do communication. You literally say, hey, this happened. You connect it to whatever you want it to, and they'll say, oh, thanks for telling me. And if you don't want it, you simply delete that connection.